So thank you so much for joining. Those of you who need to go, you can listen to the rest of the recording. It'll be posted to the blog or to YouTube. And we'll see you next time. Have a great week. Then those of you who are going to stay, this is the part of the call where we get to ask our questions, share our experiences. So I'm just going to unmute the line. So you can press *6 if you're on the phone, if you want to say something, ask a question, share your experience. Or you can just roll your cursor, your mouse, take your mouse and then roll the cursor across the Zoom screen and then click it somewhere, and then there will be icons that pop up. One will be a microphone. If you want to unmute your mic, you can do that. Or you can post your questions, comments, shared experiences on the chat. Oh, I'm seeing some posts right now.
Morning.
Yeah, who's there?
Linda, I thought maybe you could comment about Guru Purnima being an eclipse.
Sorry?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Yes, I was saying maybe you could comment about Guru Purnima being an eclipse.
Oh, is it a solar eclipse or a lunar eclipse?
I don't remember.
Maybe we can check it here on the calendar. So Guru Purnima, for those people who don't know, it is on the 27th of July. That's the actual full moon, according to the Eastern Daylight Savings Time. And what that is a full moon for you to access the grace and blessings of spiritual master, not only from Dr. Pillai, because you're here and you want to find out more about him, from all gurus, all masters who are here on the earth plane and also on other planes as well. This is an opportunity for all of us to connect with those higher beings, those higher vibrations that will help to dispel the darkness. So guru dispels darkness, basically. And then when we're out of the dark, we feel freer, we feel lighter, we feel enlightened. So on a full moon once a year, all of these divine beings come. And if you're with Dr. Pillai, hopefully you'll get to go to San Diego, some of you. You can experience it at the feet of the master, so to speak. You are getting the teachings, and the teachings are going to just be pouring into you like cornucopia, just the horn of plenty, right? You're just going to have, your cup is going to be full and it's going to spill over. And all your karmas, all the anxieties are going to be pushed out of you. So that's the grace and blessings of a guru that you can get during Guru Purnima. And then lots of other goodies too, some really powerful meditations. You can connect with people from around the world who fly in to San Diego to be there with him at this particular time, because again, it's a power time once a year where the gates of heaven open up inside of you by the grace and blessings of Guru, because he's the one who can unlock that key. So Dr. Pillai is his specialty for everyone here on the earth plane is to remove very stubborn karma so you can change your destiny. So during eclipse, whether it's a lunar or solar eclipse, it means that there's something that is going to go behind the scenes that you won't even be able to comprehend. So you won't waste your energy trying to figure it all out. It says if it's on an eclipse, it's going to be a very powerful time to be in front of the master, and he's just going to go through. His consciousness is going to pervade you. Perhaps some of you felt it here today during the meditation. But the consciousness is going to come into you. You're going to merge with that energy. It's going to surround you, go inside of you, and clean up all that which is blocking your progress. So if you can connect with that energy at this point in time, because it's going to be pulling on you, it's going to be drawing you towards that full moon in July, which is like a month away. So we have 4 weeks to really dive deep into our spiritual practices. Now, if you can't go in person, there's a proxy, so you can connect on the video, and it'll be live streamed for a day or 3 days. I believe you can do it. So it's a 3-day live event. I think it's a 3-day video event or live stream. Or maybe you can do it one day. We'll check out, somebody can post the link. That would be really great to Guru Purnima, and you can check it out. So the main thing is we want to prepare ourselves. So to do that best, to get rid of all that thinking that negates and stops us, it will help us. This eclipse period of time at the full moon will help us to go easily inside and connect with that consciousness of our soul, because we'll be just like there's a big cloud in the way. So you have this coconut here also that you want to start breaking on 4th moons and 14th moons. So there's 2 4th moons a month, and there's 2 14th moons a month. So go check it on the calendar or on AstroVed, and then just pencil it in your own calendar, your schedule, or put it in your phone and get a coconut and bust it. And that will help to prepare you. Ajita, did you want to say something? Ajita Rose, or Bose, sorry, Bose.
Hello.
Yes, Ajita.
Yeah, it's very nice to hear you and see you.
Where are you from?
I'm from India.
What part? It's a big country.
Yeah, it's a privilege to hear you and follow the instructions, and whatever you are telling us, it's a grace of God that I can connect and I can gain so much of good things from you.
Oh, good. Ajita, which city are you from?
I'm from India.
Which part?
I'm from Uttar Pradesh.
Oh, Uttar Pradesh. Wonderful.
Yes.
That's God's country.
And I'm privileged to be a part of this and to know about you all, and especially Dr. Pillai. My heartful thankfulness to him. And I think I'm gaining a lot from you all. I'm really thankful to all of you.
Oh, wonderful, Ajita. Did you enjoy the meditation?
Yes, wonderful. It's a life-turning event, I think, and it's a very simple way to connect to a higher source.
Great.
Nice to see you and nice to hear you.
Thank you, Ajita, and take care, and God bless you.
Thank you, Sujata. God bless you too.
Oh, thank you. So, yeah, so that's what we want to do, is we want to prepare ourselves for the full moon. So I found a lemon. It was already here, no doubt, because I always have lemons nearby. And that's what I recommend. Buy a bag of lemons if you can't afford coconuts or you can't find coconuts. Then if you buy the lemons, you can have one for every day. And then what you can do is you can just take it and you can roll it around your head. You can do it in a clockwise direction. And then you can put it in your eyes, your ears, your nose, your mouth. You can roll it here. You can roll it on your shoulders. You can take this to bed. You can let it absorb all the negativity that doesn't allow you to sleep peacefully. And then take the lemon out of the bed and cut it. So you want to take a knife and cut it and then just throw it away. So this is surrogate technology. So this is what will help you to get out of your funk and get into your soul self, which is your highest self, God self. Not some guy out there or girl out there like a male god or a female goddess. That is there to help you to remember. You need to go look for that, because we won't necessarily go and look inside. And then what are we seeing inside? Oh my God, I don't even know what I'm seeing inside. So these archetypes are part of the collective unconscious that we can tap into, and they're part of eternity. As our soul is evolving, we will always remember there are action heroes on the God path, the God realization path. So this is going to be a really great technology for you to access the grace and blessings of Lord Ganesha on the 4th moon, 14th moon. So do it during those 4 times a month. So it's almost like every week that you can do it. And then every week you will just clear the karma of the whole week. So that's how you roll out your good karma, is that you will remove some negativity so your good karma will come forward. So karma is not something you're going to destroy. You're just going to diffuse it so that it doesn't have an intensity and grab your attention and make you to feel whatever you're feeling. And it will also give you wisdom, because just because you're feeling good doesn't mean that other people are going to receive you so well. And then you'll feel bad because you're like, what? I'm just shining brightly and everybody's mad or jealous or envious or whatever. And it's just like, oh my God, you don't even want to think about it anymore. So just take this surrogate technology or the coconut, and then this is Ganesha, and you do it on the 4th moon, do it on the 14th moon. And then you just can slice the lemon or you can bust the coconut. That will be well worth it instead of going and jacking yourself up on a Starbucks coffee that costs you probably more than both of these items. Not to say that you can't have your coffee or your tea or your cake and eat it too. You still can do that, but just invest in this and try it. You'll like it. Everyone, no one says, I hate busting coconuts. They always come and say, oh my God, this is amazing. So try it for yourself and then share your experience. Okay, so Beta is saying that the eclipse will not be visible in North America. That doesn't mean that it's not happening. Just like if the sun is behind the cloud, right? The sun is still shining, it's just behind. So just like us, if we are this unit over top of the soul, doesn't mean that the soul isn't there. Right? So we want to wake it up and pierce through this cloudy version of ourselves, right? It's clouded with all kinds of stuff going on. So people might say, oh my God, she's saying all about this negative stuff. You have to pay attention. You can't deny yourself of your God consciousness. Well, you can, but it's miserable, right? So, you know, when it comes your time, enough is enough. Perhaps that is it, why you're here with Dr. Pillai on this path, is because enough is enough. I got to find out the secrets to life. I got to find out how I'm going to navigate this earth plane, because whatever I'm doing isn't cutting it. I need cutting edge. You know, I need to cut through all that and get to my highest self. How can we use coconut to clean up a home's atmosphere? Is there a procedure to follow? This is it. So many times I have a coconut on calls that I'm doing. And today, this is a good sign for everyone here. You all are so beautifully evolved in that this coconut has not cracked yet. Generally speaking, I have a coconut when I'm doing a global call for people who are coming in through the internet, that we don't know who's coming and we don't know what kind of karma they're coming with. They're wonderful people. You're all fabulous people, but we carry our baggage with us. And that's why we come to a spiritual call, because it's easy to dump the baggage in the spiritual call. We create the space to do that. There's a vortex of energy that is way beyond what we can do on our own. So collectively, there's this big space where it just says, okay, God is here, so he starts cleaning up. So generally speaking, the coconut cracks, meaning it's taken on a lot of karma. So that's a good sign. It's a good sign of the times for all of us. So here we are, we're evolving. This is real time. I'm not making this up. And this is how I know. Because I don't want to just read books. I've read thousands of them. I've gone from north to south to east to west of this globe in power spots and spiritual vortices, and gone with masters, gone with Dr. Pillai, gone with anyone and everyone who wants to go on an adventure and find out what this whole life is all about, and find out the secrets and all these power spots and these hidden treasures. So coming to this knowledge, this is great technology. You don't have to go anywhere, although it's kind of fun. and I wouldn't do anything else differently. So, but this technology you can use, anyone can do it from any race, culture. In fact, I just heard Dr. Northrup. She's a very famous physician, and she's like got shunned by her medical community, although she doesn't care. She keeps practicing because they were saying, "What? You're breaking coconuts now? Oh my God." And she just said, "Yeah, I found really good technology for me and my patients to get rid of negativity that's contributing to their medical problems. Do you have a problem with that? If you do, why don't you break a coconut?" So it's great. There's so many doctors, so many scientists now who are not finding the answers through science and technology. So they're going to a higher intelligence, and they're discovering what the ancient cultures knew and continue to know. And here's the thing: is a lot of people who are from the Indian tradition, from India, they're learning way more with Dr. Pillai because the secrets are hidden by the temples, by the spirit, by the priests. So you won't, or by the astrologers, they will just say, "Oh no, you don't need to know that." You definitely need to know that. You definitely need to get your energy up every day. And not just sometime when you go to the temple or you go to the church or you go to the mosque, the synagogue, and then you go from there, your head is spinning. And then after an hour or so, you say, "Okay, thank you, God." And then you get out and you start screaming at people. How are you screaming at yourself? So what's the point of that? So every day we want to take care of the soul. So clean up the covering of the soul through the coconut and then the lye. You can do that in your space. You just have it in your space. Or what you can do is put one in each corner. Maybe try that. Put one coconut in each corner, north, south, east, west, of your each floor of your house if you want. You can just start with one, and then just allow it to be there, maybe like for a few days. And then you might go see some cracks. You can do that with a lemon too, but be careful with the lemon because it gets rotten fast if there's negativity. And so how you will know, you'll just go after that a few days, and you'll take the coconuts and you'll go and break them. And then you will feel some shift in the house, or you'll feel a shift in yourself. Sometimes the coconuts get so full of yuck, gunk, that you smash them and they're just like disgusting. And even though it looks like a very healthy, juicy coconut, it takes on the energy, and that energy is what's inside of us. It's inside our space. So why not find out what's inside of you and inside of the space? Just try it and then smash it. You can do that on the 14th moon, whoever that person was who wrote it about their place as well. And then see what happens. You can do it right now, put the coconut in there, and then on the 14th moon, go and smash your coconut. So the 14th moon is going to be on the 25th. Oh, sorry, I'm looking at July. I was looking at Guru Purnima. It's going to be on Monday into Tuesday if you're in Eastern Daylight Time.
So Sharita, could we sleep with that coconut? And
You sure can, Linda.
And I've been using that brazil to music during the night, which isn't gum, it's brazil. But if I'm holding the coconut and I'm using the brazil during the night and then get up and smash the karma, would that be okay? Or would you suggest having the gum mantra, Ganesha mantra during the night if I'm holding the coconut?
No, you can continue to do brazil because you want to birth wealth consciousness into you, and it also takes away the karma. So this is Ganesha. You don't have to call on him. He's right there next to you.
And the same thing, like I said about sleeping with it, if I'm holding it while I'm meditating, regardless of which meditation I'm doing, and then go smash it, that's also good?
Absolutely. It will purify you so that you can experience the benefits of all your karma chanting or listening to all your mantra chanting or listening to the mantras. Because we're saying a lot of people come and they say, nothing is happening, or yeah, it is, but then it goes away. So we have to keep, just like us, you know, we work out to help our muscles to get strong and to help our body to feel strong and get all the benefits of exercise. So we want to exercise our spiritual muscles. So having this coconut inside of your bed, or you do it often, you are actually making your spiritual consciousness to grow and expand.
Because I've been feeling depressed the last couple weeks, and yet prior to that, I felt good for a long time, but I'm just sinking. So, and you know, like I looked at the homas to see what I needed, and the main one was Keto, but like I already spent a lot of money on all the services and stuff, and that just doesn't make me feel better, the thought of spending more money on that, because I was getting that I needed the 9 planet one, which is $267 US. And these coconuts, like you said, don't cost much. And if I'm just spending more money, that's not making me feel better. It's better if I'm sticking to a budget that I can afford.
Right. And here's the thing, and this is for everyone. Dr. Pillai would say if you're spending all your money and you're not getting the results that you want, stop spending your money. Stop spending it on your spiritual practices and just work with your courses that you have, your mantras that you have. Because sometimes when we try to push the universe, what happens? It pushes back on us. So we may not be ready to receive all the goodies that are coming. So the remedies are not just some offerings that you're doing. That's tapping into the energy of your soul. So the depression, the anger, the frustration, because depression is fear, just in a different clothing. You know, everything is fear. Like anger, depression, frustration. You know, despondency, passivity, victimhood, martyrdom, all that stuff. That's all negative, and it's from lifetimes. So if it's coming up for you and it's pretty intense and it's causing you to be depressed, I would say for you, it's a good sign, because it's really getting into the nitty-gritty of you. So just know, and then if you are feeling like, you know what, I just got to watch what I'm spending here. I can't overspend, and then my negative mind is negating it. You're just, the negativity is coming up, and then you're doubting, or maybe you're not doubting, but you're just like wondering why it's not happening for you. Too much of a good thing sometimes is too much, right? So just take a little break. Dr. Pillai will say, take a little break from it. So take a little break from spending, feel more of what it is that is, or tune into more of what it is that you need to do to get clear, so that when you go into the next remedy, it's a celebration to that goddess or God. So you don't want to put too much negativity all around that. You've been experiencing it for a couple of weeks. So then just take step back and just say, okay, how am I now?
Thank you.
Sure. And that's the same, people want to go to Guru Purnima, or they want to spend all kinds of money, and it's like then you're going to get in debt on your spiritual path. So you're just doing what your ego-driven mind wants to do, and it just wants everything now. And there's a divine time. There's a natural time. If you're trying to evolve and you're feeling really negative, then that means he's cleaning it out. You're getting cleared out. If you're evolving and you're saying, okay, well, I've been on the spiritual path for 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 years or more, because I know people who are, and they are still messed up in their mind. They've got to just be still. And then just use whatever comes to you. And then just let that integrate into you. It's kind of like if you went to school, or you learned something on your computer, you learned something new. And then you just wanted to read the whole thing on it, and you wanted to, and you haven't processed it. You haven't been able to take that intelligence, integrate it into you, and be steady and be calm and be happy and be focused. You can be frustrated along the way for sure. But if you're depressed, it means energy has gone down. What energy? Your spiritual energy has gone down to the bottom of you to dig up all that which is coming from so many lifetimes, not just this lifetime. So it's good, keep going, do your practices, but just be careful with your spending. Bree is saying, please remind me of who to call on regards to debtors that want money from me, but never inform me of their made up debt. I supposedly owed in running my credit. I just want to pay them so they will leave me alone and the credit will go back to excellent as it always has been. Would Ganesha be powerful enough, and how does one write the mantra 1,000,000 times? Your support is wonderful also. Okay, so good question. The divine is going to inspire you because it's spirit. It's in the spirit world. So it's inspirational, right? So it's going to align you with the energy of your highest intelligence. So if you haven't already gone to, in this case, if you haven't gone to someone in the world, in the material world, such as a lawyer or a financial advisor, or someone who can give you that information, then please go do that. And then they will, on your behalf, give you some guidance, or they may speak on your behalf to these debtors. So you can call on Ganesha to inspire you, to get into you and move you, get you unstuck, to go take proactive steps to solve your financial dilemma. Can be your health issue. If you're feeling the way you're feeling, it can be, you know, maybe it can be something simple like your electrolytes are out of balance and you're thinking it's karma, you know, so go get a medical checkup. Or go to, you know, an energy healer and they can give you feedback on what it is. Go to a naturopath. There's something physically happening inside of you that it could be causing you to have some biochemical dysfunction or imbalance. And it's not because you know, you did anything wrong. It's just you're asking these high energies to come inside of you, and as they're working away at your inner and outer being and all at once, it's a holistic approach. Again, it's not step by step, it's holistic. And if you're calling them all in and surrounding you and remedies and services, you're saying, hey, do surgery on me. When someone goes into surgery, what happens? There's so much going on, you got to be knocked out. So that can be it too. So get you know, get a medical advice, or get some, you know, look into that. It might be simply you need electrolytes. So go to your financial advisor, go to someone to get medical advice. If it's problems in relationships, go and speak to people who know how to coach you out of that funky mind of yours that keeps projecting there's a problem with your relationships. The problem also are always and also comes from within, because you're thinking the thoughts. Imagine if you thought only loving thoughts about that person, regardless if they were just like, oh, I don't know when they're ever going to change, right? So you just keep sending loving thoughts, and you're not sending it because definitely you wouldn't, because they don't deserve it. I'm just kidding. They do. Every person does. Their soul does. Maybe whatever they've done or whatever you've done is just messed up. So just keep sending the divine beings. This is love. Coconuts are love. So send loving thoughts. All the negative thoughts can go into the coconut. Smash the coconut, send loving thoughts. Smash the coconut, send loving thoughts. I've smashed thousands of coconuts, right? Over the past couple of decades that I was introduced to it. So it's a great technology, and it helps you to really be in love with people, in love with yourself. So if you're feeling down, love yourself. Smash some coconuts and love yourself. Watch funny movies, as Dr. Pillai shares. I've been seeing elephants while practicing breath meditation. Yeah, the elephant is a Ganesha. So the Ganesha, as we experienced the opening of the third eye, that's connected to the nostrils, the breath, the prana, the life force. I didn't get into all of that during the meditation, just wanted you to go there, explore it yourself. Hello, iPhone. Someone is brushing their teeth. Great. Maybe it was a pocket dial. So, and that's what it is. Thank you for reminding us, whoever was brushing their teeth, because we have to do spiritual practices like we are brushing our teeth to have good spiritual health. Yes, 1561.
Yes, I wanted to know if you have to do the coconuts, and I have no place in the community I live in. There's no place to break them. What can you do?
Yeah, great question. What's your name?
Wilma.
Oh, Wilma, how are you?
Great.
Yeah, so what you can do, Wilma, is you can put it in a bag. So you can take the coconut, roll it around, put all your negativity into it, put it in a bag, and then if you can go to a place where you can go and smash it inside of the bag. So a bag like a grocery bag. And then you can smash it.
I can put it in the bag, but we're in the area that I live in, there is no place to really go freely and do that.
Okay, could you drive somewhere or is it too far?
It would be miles to find a place.
Okay, so what you can do then is in your home, if you have a cement floor or some pavement, like
Okay.
some hard surface, then you can put it in the bag and smash it in that. And what you can do, so if people say, what the heck are you doing? You can just say, I don't know how to break these things. So I just keep it in the bag, I smash it, and then I can eat it.
Okay, can I take a hammer? Because I don't think I'm strong enough.
Take a hammer. Take a hammer or a rock even, if you can.
Oh, okay, because I'm not strong enough to break it.
Yeah, and the thing is too, if it's a problem for you, Wilma, or anyone else, and you really want to break coconuts, you can do it through Astrobed. They'll break your coconuts for you.
Okay, and that would be the same.
Yeah, you will feel it, and especially you, Wilma. You're so spiritually advanced. You just tune in on that time that they're smashing coconuts on your behalf, and you'll feel it.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yeah, do it that way, because they're if you can't do it physically, then go and get someone else to do it for you, and they're the best people to do it for you. Don't get anyone else to do it, because unless they're a Vedic specialist, because you don't want to mix and mingle with all that karma.
Right, because I know that, you know, the coconuts or even eggs that you put in the corner of your house and then you take them and put them in the bag and get rid of them will pick up all the negativity in the house.
Great. I don't know about that, but sounds good. But coconuts, definitely.
Okay, great. I never knew from coconuts that I can do that also. But then I still have to find out to break them. Or can I mentally break them, put them in the bag and mentally break them without physically breaking them?
Well, you could, but the idea is that you feel it, right?
I would feel it if I did that, but yeah, okay.
If you can't, but take a hammer, or if you can, yeah, and if it's too much for you, because yeah, you have to give it a good throw, right, to break it.
Right, I don't think I have.
Yeah, so for you, then maybe that will be enough.
Okay.
Yeah. And if
Very
you want to,
good.
but what I would recommend though is, you know, try it out by proxy through Astrovet.
Okay,
Yeah,
because I really would love to do that.
yeah. Try it first at home and see what you do, how it goes. Try it with a hammer. Maybe that'll work out. You just go ask Anisha, will you please smash yourself? That would be good.
I love the humor. I enjoyed what you were speaking earlier, that you're the only one I have heard that have ever spoken of how you integrate your personal being while you're here on earth and the spiritual and tie it together so you are totally complete. It was always how to develop your spiritual life and what to do with your body, and your spiritual life is supposed to take over. And you did a beautiful job this morning explaining how you integrate everything together.
Oh, great. Maybe I'll call you up, Wilma, and ask you what I said. I don't know.
I know that feeling. You'll just listen to what you said today.
Actually, I don't ever watch it. I just move on.
I understand that, but it was beautifully presented.
Oh, good. I'm glad that it was helpful. And that's what it is. Being on this path with Dr. Pillai, he wants us to live a 200% life. So it's not something outside of us. It is inside of us. And this body, this human birth is so precious. So even if we haven't acknowledged that, start acknowledging it. And you will just be that precious, shiny gem that you are, Wilma.
Thank you. Because it really helped put things into better perspective for me, even listening to you today.
Oh, wonderful.
So thank you.
You're welcome. God bless.
You too.
Happy coconut busting.
Yes.
So someone can post on the chat the link for coconut busting in India so that people can participate in that service. It's a really powerful service too. I do it when I have like tremendous pain in my body or I have obstacles in my projects. I just go, it's going to take too many coconuts for me to do. I'll do them, but I need powerhouse help. So when I participate in the proxy coconut busting, I feel it. And I go, oh, why do I resist all the time? Why don't I just do what needs to be done? And then the obstacles will get removed. I don't know, we're funny beings.
And that's the human in us.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
God bless. I'm just looking at the chat now. Anyone can speak out. I'm okay with anything. So Jason was, or is it Jason? Yeah, it was saying it's pretty cheap at Astrovet too. I've had them smash 3 coconuts for me. So that's what it is. You got to go to the store. You got to find a coconut. Then you got to make sure that it's not, that it's a good coconut. And then you got to wait for the time. There's a lot of things going on, right? So unless it's at your regular grocery store, which it is for me, I have like about 4 grocery stores within about 5 miles of me. And I just go to each one of them and there's always coconuts. But I've got to go to each one of them. I just want to go to one, but they run out, So that's how I do it. But then again, if you need more divine support, you can get it done through Astrovet. If you break a coconut, you have to keep it in your hand or throw it away like on a stone. Yeah, you take this coconut and you throw it. You literally throw it and you smash it on the stone or I have a patio outside. It's a stone patio. And then I just smash it. And of course, my neighbors are so used to it now, but in the middle of the night, even after the fire lab at 3 a.m. or whatever it was, I went out and smashed the coconut. And I'm sure that the neighbors are so used to it going off like a gun, but they don't say anything because I ask Anisha to make sure that they're in very deep sleep and they're not going to wake up. And this isn't like a gun, although it sounds like it. It's more to just get rid of the demon energy. So this is actually a wonderful technology for my neighbors, whether they know it or not. And then what people say, well, should I go and eat it? No, you don't want to eat it. So I leave it, I throw it in the bushes, and then, or if it's in the night and I can't see where I'm throwing, then I just leave it, and then the squirrels come and get it, or the chipmunks, or whatever rodent comes. You know, you want to feed the animals, they're hungry. So they can, you know, evolve to a higher level with all this surrogate removal, trash removal. Yeah, or if you can't leave it in your backyard because you're in your apartment or something, you can just throw it in the trash. Okay, Bera has posted the coconut smashing sacrifice. Awesome, thank you, Bera. Off the subject, but how many repetitions of clean for it to be a city? Here's the thing. With city means miracle abilities, right? So you can only do your mantra practice or do whatever it is that you're doing to acquire that. You can go into deep meditation, into samadhi, and you can get city powers. You can meditate your whole life, and then finally you will go through a stage where these miracles will just happen spontaneously. So the Kleem or any other mantra or any other spiritual practice just prepares you to open yourself up to that possibility. Now, cities can come and go. So don't get too attached to them. Roger, if you want to find out more about that, just go and read Muktananda. He will talk about how he went through his stage of God realization. And he talks about his whole sadhana, his whole spiritual practice, and what happened at each stage. And it's called The Play of Consciousness is the book. So if you go, you'll go through, all of us will go through this stage where we'll feel like we have all these powers. We're clairvoyant, we're clairaudient, we have the ability to manifest. Hey, guess what? You're back in your ego. Yikes. Oh, again, fooled. Right? So you can't outsmart your soul. And so getting the city, if you want the ability to attract, so then you keep saying clean. Just like if you brush your teeth, you'll have clean teeth. It doesn't mean that you won't have a cavity every now and then, or some root canal or something that you have to do as you go along. So be careful with, I have the ability to manifest. You don't. You have the grace that can make it to manifest because you are preparing the field, the source field around you and in you. It's a fertile space for the divine to come in, and then spontaneously you can create whatever it is that you want to create. Linda.
You brought up a question when you mentioned clean, because when I'm walking, I've been using the mantra Om Gam Clean Shrim Brazi, but that's not available as a download. Are we able to order that, where they would make that, by editing some and putting it together, and we pay them whatever it costs?
You could request it.
So it's possible, eh?
It's possible. Anything's possible, Linda.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. So really what you're doing when you combine a bunch of mantras, what are you doing? You're building your consciousness into divine consciousness. So these beings who are the mantras, so Gam is the mantra or the being of Ganesha. So the more you say Gam, the more you'll feel like you want to actually get unstuck. Gum is sticky if you step on it. So it's the opposite, right? So you want to call on Ganesha to remove the obstacles. His energy is within you. It's mixing and mingling. So the mantras are the being. The mantras are the being. So who are you being? You have to tell yourself, I'm being Ganesha. Ganesha is being in me. this energy, this consciousness, this ability, this quality. Because if I leave it to myself, I will negate everything. So these higher beings with more intelligence, just think of them as like the CEOs of you, your higher self, right? You've evolved to that CEO position or mastery of yourself. If everybody mastered themselves, can you imagine what the earth plane will be like? Heaven, you know, it will be so wonderful. Nobody will be without, because they will just be able to be connected to divine beings. The divine beings will pump in that consciousness, grow it inside of everyone. So every day is their full cup, every day gets emptied out, keep filling it up throughout the day. It's overflowing. So all those mantras are just, not just, they are you talking to yourself, putting positive self-talk into you. And I'm not just saying this to you, Linda, everybody. So we have to do it every day, because we are in a world where there's so many wars going on. And that, you know, the negativity, it can be the war of, you know, bad neighbors, you know, like that's a battle every day. Dirty looks. Oh my God, it's like mudslinging in your face, right? That's coming into your being, and you're like, gosh, why don't, you know, what, you know, and then you just get into more negativity, trying to figure it all out. So saying the mantra, you're building that force field around you, inside of you. You're being that energy that has the ability to do that. And you're a receptacle, or you're a vessel, you know, because you've opened up. So just imagine you've unzipped yourself and the soul is shining, right? But it's looking in the world and going, holy cow, I feel a little bit naked. I don't really know how to navigate this earth plane. So you have to cover it up with the protection, which is yourself. But you're pretty strong as a human being. So then you call on all these archetypes, these are guardians, to come alive inside of yourselves, so that when you unzip, then you have all this ability to navigate the different obstacles or relationships or health or whatever it is that you're saying the mantra for that being. Good question. Deb, you have your hand up. Deb?
Yes. Oh, hello.
Hi, how are you?
Oh, I was just trying to respond to Jason's statement saying that it took him 2 hours to do 1,008. And it took me a day and a half. Like Sri Brazil, 1,008 times.
Great.
So I was thinking, how can he do that in 2 hours? But the reason I wanted to talk to you is, how often does Astroved energize products like the Sri Brazil mala beads?
You'd have to send an email to support@astroved.com and then put in your request.
No, I was asking, how often do they do it?
I don't know.
Oh.
It depends on the services. So they can, if there's some, maybe there's this, I got this Sri Brazil mala when I participated in a Kamadenu service. So this is a Sri Brazil mala. There's some that were given out during the San Diego event or during the New York event.
Well, because I was trying to get that new one that came out, with the ones with the jade on it and the coral.
Oh, okay. So then you can send an email to support@astroved.com and ask them when that's available.
Oh, I bought it, but they never said that. They never sent me an email saying that it's been shipped. So I was just wondering, you know.
Oh, you mean, okay. So please, Deb, copy me on that and I'll help to speed that up.
Okay. But how do you write 1,008 within a day's time? How is that possible?
It's possible. I've written 10,008 in a very short period of time. So it depends.
What do you do?
Huh?
What do you do?
You just write it.
Do you write it out right, or are you doing it in Sanskrit or what?
No, you write it as in the mantra. You write the letters. But maybe
Just
here's
ask-
what happens, and maybe this is going to help you and other people who are feeling like, oh my God, it's going so slow. You're asking the being to come into you. So the energy has to come into you, into your hand, and make that, you write that thing. So it's not just you're writing the name randomly. You are asking that being to come into your body, and your hands do everything all day long. We're doing something with our hands. So when we write, we are sending that information to our brain and the rest of our nervous system that tells the body what to do and how to act and what to think and so on. So it's a process of allowing that energy to come in, and it will be slow at first, but if you keep it up, you'll be able to do a lot fast.
Yeah, because I've
But
tried
the thing is persistence, Deb, because you're processing it.
processing it as I'm writing, as opposed to just going into the zone and or blanked out and just sitting down and trying to write it.
Yeah, you want to blank out. You want to be out of your mind and writing it, but sometimes you gap out, right? You stop.
Mm.
Right? It sounds like Roger and even myself, I'll be writing and looking and go, holy cow, how did I do that? Where did the time go? So you really get into the zone and just something takes over your hand.
I need something to help me with that one.
All right. Well, good luck with that.
Try it again.
Thanks,
I'll
Deb.
do it on the new moon or the full moon.
You can do it every day. Why don't you?
Yeah, okay. I'll try it. I can do
Okay,
it.
Deb.
Okay, I can do the 108. That's easy.
Yeah, 108, and then by the time the new moon or the full moon comes along, every cycle, if you did it 108, 15 days, 108, you've gone way over 1,008.
Okay. Thanks.
Great question, Deb. Yeah, full moon is a really good time to do those manifesting, but then what happens during the full moon is so much will go on, and then we'll be just like, oh my God, I forgot to do my, Shri Brazils, I forgot to write, I forgot to do my puja, whatever it is that you do on the full moon. Maybe you'll attend the fire lab. In fact, there's a fire lab offered through Pillai Center, and everybody can join that. It's a US based one. I think that Gerard is going to be doing it. So, you're welcome to join that and participate in that via proxy. It's a good price point to experience what it is to chant 1,080 times Shri Brazil. So, you can, and then as it's being offered, as the offerings are being made to the fire. So try it out, get that energy into you, and then when you go and write, you'll have that as a memory. It's like your spiritual muscle is building and building. Okay, again, Betta has posted this coconut smashing link. People are giving their experience of how to smash coconuts. I've been writing Shri Brazil 1,080 times every day for a few weeks. I'm going through so much paper. Yeah, Jason, so anyone else, I used to have stacks of it. So that's when I didn't have a fireplace. So you can keep it as those stacks of that powerful, that energized consciousness in your space, because it becomes like sacred scripture, right? And it has an energy to it. So, but if it's getting to be stacks and stacks of it, because I used to have boxes of it. I used to have people who would come over for 8 hours, we would do it together. So we'd have stacks of it in the puja room. And so then finally we just took it and burned it. But then you can also do that. So it's, you can take your pieces of paper that you do at 1,080 and then go right away and burn it. Be careful wherever you're burning it, right? Don't burn it inside an apartment. All the fire trucks might come. So, be sensible. Use your common sense, although that is not so common sometimes. So take it outside and burn it. If you can't take it outside and burn it, then, you can collect it, and then someday maybe you can go to somewhere where they will burn it. And then you will know. The divine will show you, just like it did with me. I had boxes of it. Seriously, boxes. So then I finally, okay, I gotta go. I went up north to a cottage and then just burned it there. Practicing too many mantras, does it confuse the practices? A great question. And here's the thing. Again, mantras are the beings. They're the building blocks of higher consciousness. So does it confuse it? No. It confuses you because as the mantras are coming in, who has to leave? That negative congested energy that causes confusion, right? It's like, hey, wait a minute, I've been here my whole life. You're not kicking me out. And the mantra comes in and kicks out that negativity. And it's like, I'm so confused. No, I don't know who I am, right? So that's the big question to answer or delve into as you're going along in your life. Whether you know you're on the spiritual path or not, you're just like, why am I doing that? Who am I? Like, who am I now? Who am I now? Who am I now? Till from day one till the day you die, or go to the light body, whatever it is that you're going to do. You're going to ask that question, who am I? And then as you're asking these divine beings to come in through the mantra is that which protects your mind from that negativity that's going to either leave you or that is trying to get in. So it has protection. It's sacred. You're blessed, you know. So the confusion part, or frustration or anger or depression, again, seems to be the theme of the day because there's a prodosham coming up. It's a window of time where the karma is going to be dispelled. So if it's been building and building, it's going to be like popping, you know, a zit or something. You know, it's going to pop your cork. You're going to get rid of it. The steam is building, building, and building, and it's going to pop so that it releases you. You feel freedom around your way of navigating life. Who are you being now, right? So the mantra is not something that causes confusion. It is because the confusion is leaving you. And it's not going to leave, oh, great, I'm so happy to leave you now. It's like, I'm going to kick you. You are not supposed to leave me. I'm going to throw tomatoes at you, you know? So just never mind. You just get a coconut, put it in there. Or a lime or a lemon. Okay, there's about 20 questions, or people are just, yeah, my parents would wonder what I'm doing burning paper. Yeah, so you have to take it outside, take it away from the house and go burn it. Oh, some people are just sharing about how they write the mantra. Oh, Bree saying so much, you're sharing so much grace. Grace has a lot of practicality too. Remaining in the moment helps to allow the vibrancy of grace. Let's just do that right now. What is grace? And that's perfect timing, because having everything, unless you are connected to God, which is grace, right? You can do all your mantra spiritual practices. We know so many, we can read stories about the yogis, the great saints who had their dark nights of the soul. And they just took their spiritual practice and they threw it. They were so mad at God. They were so mad at, you know, for wasting all that time. You know, I'm not going to the next level. What is it, God? What is it? Everybody hits their plateau, or everybody hits their dark moment where the soul is saying, are you sure you want to go to the next level? And it just goes really small, goes very dim, right? It goes very dim. Why? So we will put more light in there, right? So you never can do it on your own, because you'll just, you know, you'll outthink yourself and you'll put more darkness on it. So we need grace. So grace comes through God when you're at that darkest moment. So we will have our dark moments. We will have those moments that we are just like the saints and the great yogis, the great spiritual masters of all times in this lifetime as well. They will bump up against a very dark force. Christ did it too. The devil, hey, after 4 days, hey, you're pretty cool. You know, I think you should come over and hang out with me. Mhm. Christ goes, no way, man. I see you. Forget about it. You're illusory. You're a loser. You're losing God consciousness. All this stuff, material stuff. You can enjoy it, but then you indulge in it and you're just gone down a rabbit hole. Hell isn't a place. You're never satisfied. So have a balance in life, and then the grace will flow when it needs to flow. And if you feel like you're having one of those dark moments, it could be that it's just coming up to a window of time where you can open the window and let it go. Grace is the one. It's, you know, it's like Amazing Grace. You know the song, The Amazing Grace. You know, you saved a wretch like me. I was lost and now I'm found. What's grace? Grace is that blessing always coming through. So you can get grace, you can get an experience of connecting to that stream of consciousness of grace when you go sit in front of the master. So I highly encourage everyone, if you can afford it, to go and see Dr. Pillai in person. Be in that realm of grace. And you will be full forever. You will not go back to your old way of being. Can't, because you've burst through that darkness. And you're like, whoa, now what? This is so cool. So awesome. Who am I being now? Pinch me, right? I never thought I could be so full of joy and see things very clearly. He dispels the darkness, so you're not groping in the dark, right? A great guru comes because they are God. They show you God. They show you God inside of you. They turn it on. They crank it up. You have an experience. And then you grow that. Okay, have I answered all your questions? I've been practicing mantras, what has been taught by Dr. Pillai. It seems the relationship with particular coworker is not working out well. Please advise. Yeah, keep going. Or you keep going and you say, okay, the divine is going to decide when spring turns into summer. It's not going to just be when the longest day of the year comes, where the sun is there shining, right? It's going to be summer, maybe a month before that. Maybe it won't feel like summer the whole summer. Does that mean that summer didn't happen, right? Or spring or whatever season. So naturally on our spiritual path, we just have to be okay with whatever it is that's going on. And if we're working with someone, or there's someone or a family member, someone that we have to be in contact with at least 8 hours a day or more, it's a nightmare. It can be like dark moment of the soul, like Groundhog Day. Keeps going day after day. So if it's someone else, you have to look inside of you first and foremost. What are you sending out to that person? If you are a spiritually evolving human being, and there aren't a lot, right? Because you don't go up and say, hey, I just read about this thing, you can go break a coconut. They'll think you're cuckoo-luckoo, right? Fine, whatever. So let them do whatever they're doing. That's their soul's business, right? It's not yours. Mind your own fabulous business. So make it your fabulous business to send loving thoughts. First of all, you're seeing whatever annoys you about that person, it annoys you about you. Seriously. Just saying. Everyone in our life is a mirror. So wherever you go, guess who's going to follow you in the next draw? Not that particular person, but maybe someone even more explosive in your face. Are you getting the message yet? Right? So when we change and we shift our thinking, and trust me, it's not easy. And it's a never-ending story. 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 It's never ending. Did you get it? It's never ending. There's always going to be people in our lives to keep us alert. How spiritually evolved are you? Ha ha ha. God doesn't come and say, okay, fill out this test and you can, ABCD, what is it? What's your answer? It's not going to be anything you pass on a piece of paper. I have evolved. Right? No, you're going to be out there and about in life, and then you are going to know, because the God inside of you is going to say, what are you thinking now? Oh, that same thought. Great. So you tell yourself that all the things you see about that person you love about yourself. You love that you just discovered that you are argumentative, you're righteous, you're judgmental, you're not patient, you're frustrated, you're angry when you don't get your own way. You slack off when you don't feel like doing your work. Oh, not me, right? You can't fool God. You can't fool the God within you. It's your conscience will tell you. Yeah, but that was just that one time. Yeah, okay. Whatever story you're going to make up. So you're going to find on the spiritual path, you're going to be really authentic with yourself. And when you're authentic with yourself, you will shine and you will send those loving thoughts to that person. God only knows we're fighting. Each and every one of us is fighting a battle every day. You don't know what his story is at home. You don't know how he was raised. You don't know anything, or she, right? And even if you do know, you can say, well, get over it. Well, how spiritually evolved are you then? So we can go on and on. You get the message, right? So how do we make this world a better world, and the people around us, the experience of managing the people around us, or navigating? We don't manage them. We navigate around it, is to take care of our thoughts that we send out into the space. It doesn't need a phone to send a text. It just, it's gone. It's pinging them. So guess what? They're showing up every day. Right? And you're showing up the same. And then you keep playing it out. So stop doing that. Break a coconut. I always wondered if negative forces use people around you to bring you down. Yes, absolutely, Gia. Here's the thing. And I'll use this because most spiritual people, they've been in haunted houses or spooky buildings or spooky places. Like, it just doesn't feel good, or spooky neighborhoods. Or you go to somewhere where you're in, say, for example, you just go for a drive in the farmlands. And then you come, you're on the highway and the fields are beautiful. It's a beautiful day. Everything's wonderful. And then you pass something and you go, what the heck? I wonder what that was. And it was like a slaughterhouse for animals. And then you just picked up on it and you're just like, God, I feel so yucky. The spirit of those animals are hovering around. Or that energy, and you'll know if someone is sick and old in a neighborhood and they haven't kept up their house and nobody's helping them. They're dying alone. Or they're going to be removed from that house, and it's just going to get run down. And then it becomes spooky because the spirit of that person is still in that. So it's a no-brainer, really. It gets into you. So what do? Smash coconut. So every day when you're up and down and in and out, you got to get your balance back. So the balance is during this window, this 13th moon, happens twice a month, every 2 weeks. At least smash one coconut. Every 14th moon, at least smash one coconut. Every 4th moon, at least smash one coconut. So what am I saying? Starbucks or coconuts? I don't know. Lemons. Or David's teas. It's up to you, really. So the next time you're going to go and grab that sweet thing off the shelf, just go over and get some coconuts and some lemons. Take the sweet thing too, whatever. But just know that you could spend your money. You'll get healthy if you invest in this. versus whatever you do to drown your sorrows. Or eat comfort food. Go smash that. You forget about it. Any questions that I have missed here, please take a moment to repost it again. And if you are full, we'll wrap it up. There's still a lot of people here. You guys are amazing. And that's what we're doing. We think, oh, we're going to get some knowledge and maybe be entertained. Hopefully you are. Because we have to give ourselves a head fake. We have to not think so much. We have to just experience what is in this space, that we have all come together as a bunch of souls creating unity, soul consciousness. We're all one. And then Dr. Pillai's energy vortex coming in at this time slot, he's blessing all these souls. So that this whole unit of soul collection, of soul intelligence, of soul energy, happiness, joy, whatever it is, or you're enlightened, you feel the energy is lighter, or you're enlightened about something that you were in the darkness about, right? So there's a lot of light, a lot of joy, a lot of love, because we are coming together as a soul consciousness, creating that, and then he's just pouring it on. So open your cup, fill it up, let it spill over, and then you are collectively, we're part of the divine play of pushing the envelope. So cutting edge, you're pushing through this mundane reality and going for the highest. And when we get there, when we blast through that barrier that says, okay, this is it now, full on heaven on earth. Oh, that's pretty worth it. I mean, we're kind of bored with life anyway, so why don't we just try this? Mm-hmm. Great. Yeah, so go ahead, Bree, use the lemon and you can say whatever you want to say. There are no hard and fast rules. It has to be heartfelt. So don't just go, okay, remove my coconut, or remove my coconut. Remove my negative karma. Okay, thanks, cut it. That's a waste of your 99 cents, whatever it is. Hmm? So you just hold on to it and you just sit there with it. Sometimes I just sit down and I get still, and this thing heats up and I'm holding it and I'm going, holy cow, where is this heat coming from? And then the thoughts will come, and they will be tricky because they are hidden in me, and I'm just like, I'm so over you. I'm so divorcing you, thought. And it won't leave until I sign the contract. I'm done, finished, or whatever it is. You got to break that contract, right? So you just holding it, or like Linda said, can I sleep with it? Yes. Let this being into you. It's a being, just like you're a human being. You're being someone or something at any given point in time, right? And you're changing that up. You're being a mom one minute, you're being an executive boss to people the next minute. So there's different ways of being. So just don't think that you're separated from some divine being. You are that. You just got to wake it up inside of you. So doing this will help you to grow into your highest self and be your highest self. So, shall we wrap it up? We full? Holy cow, we're almost full, right? Usually it's 3 hours. Why not? We got 8 minutes. So no pressing questions. I think we've got a lot said and done, and we're prepared for the week ahead, and that's the most important thing. So Power Time is all about empowering yourself. Get prepared and go do the thing that needs to be done, and then watch by the end of the week, you're going to be feeling, holy cow, who am I now? And then we'll see you next Saturday. Oh, what is this? Fran is saying, let's chant again, dance together. You're beautiful and funny. So the Ganesha chant, people are asking about that Ganesha chant. And that was awesome. It's called Dancing with Shiva CD, and nothing, next to nothing. And you get like 10 or 11 tracks of the mantras, and it's funky music. And I was part of that. I was one of the backup singers. So it was fun to do it. I went to New York. I went to the studio. There was friends of ours on the path studying with Dr. Pillai, and they own a studio. And so they just took Dr. Pillai's chants, and then a bunch of us who were backup singers, they created it all. And look at 20 years later, whatever it is, people are really enjoying it. And I remember getting it. Finally, I got it. And so I got the CD, because that's what it was back then. And I stuck it in my car, and I drove from New York. And for the 10 hours, I was just bobbing. I was just dancing to the mantras, and I was immersed in the mantras. I got out of my car, and I was floating. I couldn't even believe that I was still having this experience of these mantras. Really absorb yourself in it for several hours. And or any mantra practice. So it doesn't have to be Dancing with Shiva, but those are funky and you can dance with it. But it's any mantra practice. If you do it, have it playing for 4, 5, 6 hours, even if it's 2 or 3, and it's just in your space, you are going to change, because that being is going to get into you and it's going to make you want to dance. That's the first thing. You're going to want to dance. You're going to go, why am I dancing? Not really sure. And then you're going to go, oh, this feels good. Oh, well, oh my God, I feel joy. Oh, I'm so happy. Oh, happy thoughts are coming. Oh my God, I love everything about my life. That will be therapeutic for you. So, yeah, it was fun. It was fun to do. And I'm so happy it's blessed so many people. Because we didn't know we just thought they were doing it for fun. We didn't know it was going to be available. So it was great. Otherwise, if we knew it was going to be available, we probably would have had, anxiety around that. Performance anxiety, right? And so we just sang. We was like, oh, we love singing this mantra. Great. And then he put all the music to it. And it came out like that. So perfect. All right, everyone. Have an amazing rest of your Saturday. Maybe we'll see you in Stream Brazil Immersion tomorrow. Or Mystery School if you're in that program, or maybe an Apply Center Academy program. So there's lots of courses. If you're new, go and check it out. Or even if you've been around for a while, something is woken up inside of you. So I usually go to Apply Center Academy and I go like this, and I tap my third eye, and then I ask that, what is it that I need to know? Who do I need to find out about? What teaching do I need? What initiation from Dr. Pillai? Because every one of those courses that are in Apply Center Academy, he's initiating you into this being. So there are great teachings in there. And the personal transformation program is like the first ever program that Dr. Pillai put out for everyone. And it's super cheap. And once a month I do the call, one of the kickoff calls. So I think that's next week. Next Sunday is July 1st, right? Yeah. So next Sunday, July 1st, is when we're going to do the teaching for the 4th month, which is all about comforts, Lakshmi consciousness. So join, it's fun. It's pretty cheap. It's like buying a lemon and a coconut, or 2 Starbucks. It's not very expensive at all. And to have that build inside of you, better for your health and well-being. Just saying. So thanks, everyone. God bless you all, and we'll see you next time. Namaste.